the sign. Oh, hang on. Hey there, foundits. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Friday night? Friday, as always. D-Set, my buddy, sitting back there. How you doing, my man?
I cannot complain. It's Friday, end of a work week. I'm excited for the long weekend. My work gives me Martin Luther King Day off. So I have a 3-day weekend. Very excited.
All right. And I'm excited too. We are all excited because we have one of my favorite vocalists. My girlfriend literally said, other than you, I have to say that, of course. One of my favorite voices is Caleb Jackson. Caleb, she says hi, and she's really excited, and she's listening in 9+ hours difference. That's how excited we are to have Caleb Jackson, vocalist extraordinaire, in the house at the lounge. Wow. So excited.
It's an honor. I've been waiting. I've been nervous, but I've been waiting. I'm so glad I'm able to sit here with you guys and just vibe. It's a long time coming, you know?
Mm-hmm. It was a long time coming. It's about time. Folks, that's okay. We're going to make it up to you because this is only the first in a series of chats because Caleb and I, he's my bro. We text each other, I don't know, how many times a day, man?
Goodness. It depends on the day.
Right? My name changes, but it's still the same bro. We are excited. Hey, guys, welcome. Deborah King, our sister, is here. She said it's about time. So,
There she go.
no pressure. But we're going to start off with, I'm going to play a little something funky, just because Caleb's here, and we're going to just chill and relax. Don't forget, lounge to sit and relax. Hang out, folks. Here we go.
bro, bro. This is what we're doing tonight. This is what we're doing tonight, right?
Yes.
This is how we're gonna do, bro. We gotta set the bar high. You know why, folks? Because man, I get chills when Caleb sings. I remember Caleb. I've sent you pictures. It's like, look, this is before, this is after you singing, and I gotta show. And I showed Siobhan, but man, Caleb, you do that to me. And so we got Moss going on. It's a mutual admiration society going on. A quick shout out. We got my sister Sandra Blakeney. She said, "Yes, get funky lows." My nephew in the house,
Hey, Kendra.
and we got Marita Applehead, and she knows you because she called you Zook, so she knows what's up,
Reads.
right? We got Albert in here, yes. So we're very very grateful that everybody. You could be anywhere else,
Right.
anywhere else in this virtual world, but you're here with us. It's a Friday. If you haven't done so, please ring that bell, subscribe, like and subscribe. We would love to have you guys here. If you get your notifications, you know where it's at. Every Friday, it's always a chill time. It's not an interview. We just chat. Right, Caleb?
It's a vibe. I was so ready. I think that's what it really was. I had to keep reminding myself because, like y'all know, I was a bundle of nerves. I always am before like a performance. So I had to keep reminding myself, this is like just hanging with the bros. We're just vibing. We're talking about music. We're talking about life and love. And, I think that's the way it really is supposed to be. There was a song that I wanted to sing, kind of talking about how really that's how a true bond, a true love, whatever it may be, connection, it should be second nature. It shouldn't be forced. And I feel like that's the way it was with us, and how each of us met. Even before, I could say both of you guys, even before I met you guys, it was already like
Established.
family. That's family,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's one of the main reasons. I guess, overall, love should be that way, or a bond, or something that it should mean something. It should be that way. It should be second nature. It shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't be superficial at all. So yeah,
It's an open dialogue, right? I mean, the way you and I met. Can I tell the story? Or you want to tell it?
Do yeah, you can.
Okay, so because this is what we're talking about is a mutual admiration society. That as soon as we met, there was a kindred spirit, right? That's feeling. So we happened to be. We were both watching my sister, or our sister, Deborah King. She had an incredible set. She was on fire. We were obviously feeling the vibe. And we're out in the audience when we're dancing, and a mutual friend of ours was doing the spotlighting and spotlighted both of us, which was very fortuitous because Deborah was kind enough to kind of give a shout out. And I thought, she doesn't give shout outs to just anybody. So I was like, who is that? Who's she talking about? She said, Caleb. And I was like, okay, I got you. And then we in the chat, we exchanged phone numbers. We DM'd each other. And next thing you know, we jammed that night. Deborah, I don't know if we told you this. We jammed till 3 o'clock my time, was it?
I think so.
3 a.m. my time. So it was what, 3 hours, 6 o'clock in the morning for you?
Oh my goodness,
It's crazy. How many songs did we write that night? Because we just jammed.
it was like it had to be like three or
Yeah, 2 or 3
4.
songs we wrote. Yeah. So something's definitely going to come out of the collaboration, but it's beyond the music. That's what. Yeah, Deborah says, I heard that story. It's beyond the music. We're talking about how creative types, we have to open a dialogue. What it means to be a musician, a creative, and what else, Caleb? Help me out.
I mean, an artist, just someone who actually appreciates the art, and then because they live it. I mean, we have to. We talk about it a lot. As artists, we have to sing what we feel and what we experience, or other people's experiences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it almost sometimes it has to be. It flows, and other times we have to purge it out. It has to be pushed out in order for us to kind of get back to that base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't just have it bottled up, or it's not pretty for any of us. You know.
Right.
artist. So
We got to survive, right? In these days, I mean, you have to stay positive, and it's kind of hard because I mean, you've got all of these external forces going on. We got the Rona going on. We got you just regular everyday life, and plus the challenges of just being a creative type. Would you call yourself an artist or a musician, or what would you? How do you?
definitely an artist. Definitely an artist. Just the way I see music, just the way I see other artists, musicians, and artists. I don't, and how I connect with them. And it could be they could paint, they could write, they could play an instrument, they could also sing, they could dance, whatever art they choose to do. I always make sure that it's like a natural thing that I want to collaborate because I see it and I'm like, whatever you do, whatever that thing is, I want to be a part of it, and I want you to teach me through the way you do your art, and vice versa, because that's how we grow. That's how we don't stay just one level, you know. And yeah, and then in that collaboration, allowing them to do them and not stifling them, and not just letting them fly just like I'm soaring. You know, it has to be that way. In order for us both to feel fulfilled. You know.
It's got to have the push and pull
Exactly.
that synergy.
Tension.
We were talking about a symbiotic state where where we artists, like you said, it doesn't matter what media, but you want to inform each other and grow together. Either that or we become stagnant together.
Yep.
We're like, I got this anxiety, you got that anxiety, and you're like, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. If you can't do it, I can't do it. But instead, it's the other way. If I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I can do it.
Right.
I love being in a room with musicians, and there's me and then actual musicians. Like, right? Like, I like being the worst one in the room all the time, because that is truly where you learn the most. Right? Because
that's what you're saying.
you suck it in. Like, you're like, I don't know anything that you know. At the same time, they're not you, so they can't do what you do, because that's just how it works. So they're taking stuff from you as well. So Mutual Admiration Society is musicianship. It's this process we go through. It's not like we didn't have a choice, right?
Right.
There was no choice in this matter. We just became what we were supposed to do. And then we have a ton of fun doing it with really cool people.
Yeah. It's so funny because I love to sing with live instrumentation. I love it. I feel like I do my best. I am my best in that moment whenever I'm with actual musicians and they're playing and they're doing their thing. So it whenever I have been with other singers, it's like they're like, they're not playing what I want them to play at the pace. I'm like, you have to be one with the band. You have to be one with the music. You can't, though we are singing with them or accompanying them or they're accompanying us, you have to look at it as, okay, like Lo said, it's a give and take, it's a push and it's a pull. So we have to flow together. We have to be one in order for us to like really kill it, and to do the whatever number or, you know, do it justice. So it always is fun to me because I'm like, what are y'all gonna do? And I will fit in. Like, I'm good. I'll fit in whatever you do. And they're like, no, what are you going to do? So it's like, that is the fun thing. That's where the juice is the tastiest, when it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's another way to put it.
I love that. I love it.
That's another way to put it. Yeah, when we started talking about, okay, what are we going to talk about? We were like, what are we not going to talk about? There's so much to catch up on, just you and I, just on a personal level, the music, the chat room, and then you and I, we were talking about something, and we're going to settle this right now. So is it the audience? Is it the music? Is it the our intent? What do you think that makes us an artist?
I feel like what makes us the artist is the experience, our own personal experience, and then the way we decide that we want to emote that. So, like, for me, only way I can feel I can get my experiences and to connect is through my voice.
Right.
So what I say, what I sing, it's important. It has to mean something, or else I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice as an artist. I'm like, oh, I'm just giving y'all anything, and that's never what I want to do, and I don't feel fulfilled after that. Yeah.
Well, I like that you took your time to answer that because I pride myself in asking questions that are not easy to answer, and I'll tell you why. It's because those are the questions that I ask myself. You know, and it keeps the self-assessment keeps you, one, it keeps you humble. Two, it gets you completely out of your comfort zone. I mean, that's part of what D and I do. We're a lot of improvisation. You know, okay, this is the first time I hear this, first time you hear it. That live without a net field. Do you think the sink or swim? How do you feel about that? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it indifferent? How do you feel about it?
For me, at least, it's good because it's like it forces you to face your fears. It forces you to come to terms with insecurities. It forces you to really be in the moment as well, and not be all like me. I am in my head a lot. So that moment when you're just like, okay, I gotta go for it, and not you create beautiful moments. You know, beautiful moments are created during those times.
Thank you.
I love that sentiment because that's exactly I was thinking about this question from my own point of view, and it's the same. It's that moment. The reason it works is because there's nothing in the past or the future that you can do to change what you're doing right now. Right? You can do all the preparation you want, but like you said, if the band has a feel that they're adjusting, like I always think of That Thing You Do, right? Where they changed the vibe up of the song completely. It was a slow ballad. Drummer comes in, doom, pa, pa, doom, pa, doom, pa, pa, doom, 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 and then he's like, no, what, hey, it's too fast. And he's like, no, this is what the song needs.
Grab on, just grab on, or get out of the way.
Roll with it.
Right.
And because those moments are what makes everything. Because this is all we have. Like this exact moment we're in, there's nothing else.
Right. I think about artists like Motley Crue. Those boys were wild.
Yeah.
But you can tell they were artists. You can tell whatever they did in that moment, they were going to do in that moment. And they created moments. Some of them weren't pretty, but a lot of them, it gave you chills because it's like, you cannot make this stuff up.
Interesting that you would say Motley Crue because it's not somebody that somebody would normally think of you as, right?
And that takes me back to my childhood. Like that was one of my dad's favorite groups, and my dad
you
was
grew
a
up in
drummer
LA
as well.
too, right? We're both Cali boys, so
right. And so it was like he put DW Drums, which is my favorite drum manufacturer, on the map. The drummer did. Why can't I think of his name?
Motley. I mean, Tommy.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. Yeah.
And like you said, in the moment, he was like, I have an idea. I want to build a stage that flips me in the air around and I'm strapped into my drum throne. And they're like, okay, we can do that for you. And then the next show, he's spinning in the air, playing his drum solos.
Right. Well, since we were talking about feeling, do you have an example of what you mean by that point that you're saying? This being in the moment, feeling. Do you have a song? Did you wanted to kind of like hammer that point home, or?
I think so.
I'll give it a shot after you if we're talking about emoting, because that's what we're basically. If we were to call this segment something, it'd be emoting, right?
Right. Okay. I think I have something kind of emoting. Exactly how we feel.
I'll try to find something too
about the bond. Bonding.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that one. So here we go. Second nature. Love this song. such a struggle to win the reward, because I'm playing with the wrong cards and I think I've got the winning hand. There's something different about you, babe, that tells me I can. They said it's easy for the things that I do, never a question, always a pleasure to love you, love you, love you. And baby, I won't say no, now that you're giving so, I hooked and I can't let go of this love. It's so natural to give my love, no other, something like a second nature, second nature. It's so natural to give my love, so easy like second nature, second nature. Ooh. Hey, baby, baby. Second nature. Thinking of you is about the time just for your love. I can't wait. I can never think twice. It wakes me up in the morning and in the middle of the night, and with a smile on my face, I'm ready. I won't say no. Giving so, let go of this love. It's so natural to give you my love. Second nature, second nature. I know. Second nature. It's so natural. Oh, baby, it's so natural to give you every bit of my love. It's so natural to give you all of my love. Second nature. Ooh, oh. Hey, baby. It's so natural, baby, to give you all of me. And if you want it, then you got it, baby. Second nature. Oh, second nature. Oh, second nature. Hey, second nature. Second nature. Second nature. Second nature.
Your tone.
Wow.
Is-
Those tones still, chills, brother. Chills. Oh my gosh.
Your tone
Second
is so
nature.
good.
Thank you.
I don't know how it is. The comments are doing it better than I could ever say it.
Right?
Like
Let us know.
Diana Reed, music, let it flow through your veins, feel the emotion, and let it soothe your soul. And that's exactly it, is when you have your internal instrument, your voice, it's not just this, it's everything, right? It's your entire body,
Yeah.
and you are being engulfed in the thing you're doing, and the music you're listening to. It's like you're in a pool of it,
Oh yes.
and you're feeling everything. That's how this works.
Yeah.
And you just have a way of doing it that I really like to listen to. So thank you.
Thank
So
you.
many people showing so much love for you, Caleb.
Mhm.
Your sister Lachlan's here in the house, and she said you starting out with fire. Deborah King just asked, "Is this an original?"
No, it's not. I think I talked to you about this, Los. This song is actually a song I have loved since I was about 7, 8,
Hmm.
and I always said I'm going to sing that song one day.
Hmm.
And that song is actually by, you guys probably would never guess,
Right.
by Destiny's
Destiny
Child.
Child. Right.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Destiny's Child really had a huge impact on my voice and the way I sing,
Phrasing.
the way I phrasing, and the way I
Right.
listen to music,
I hear that,
harmonies.
yeah.
Wow. I hear
Um,
it.
Yeah. So literally, when I say, tell people from the Beehive, the first voice, one of the first singing voices I remember hearing is Beyonce. I literally mean that. Like, I remember taking my mom's tape. It was, their first no, 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 no. That, and it was a single. It was a single, so it was a tape, and I would play that tape over and over and over. I think this is before I could even spell. So, yeah, I just love the meaning. As I got older, the meaning of that song really stood out to me more so. Like I was explaining earlier, it's natural to give you my all. It should be that way. Of course, things don't happen like that sometimes because of past experiences or what we may be dealing with, but it should be that way.
Yeah. I have a question about your musical background.
Okay.
Who was your inspiration for music? You said you started at a young age. Why? Why did you have inspiration from family, friends, and who were they?
I guess it would be my mom. My mom listened to a lot of R&B and soul and neo soul because I was born in '93, but a lot of music I listened to was like '80s, and then with her. So a lot of Sade, Janae, all the nays, and also just those female voices, right? So that's what my mom listened to. She had me as a teenager. So what do teenagers listen to? Teenage girls listen to in the '90s. So you got all the singing girls. So that's kind of what molded the way I see music, the way I see lyrics.
Your mom was pretty young,
Yeah.
so you got that. Formative.
Yeah. So and then of course the men. So I love Joe. Joe's probably like one of my top as far as like voices. I love his voice. Oh man. It has so many textures, so many layers to it. And then from my grandparents, Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross.
He said grandparents. Oh, that's what I grew up.
So my mom
Yeah.
was listening to that.
I'm old
She
enough to
liked
be his
it.
dad. Yeah.
But yeah.
I get it.
But
I know.
yeah.
I'm old.
And then as I got older, YouTube started to become a thing. So I really started to dig more so. So that's when I started to fall in love with jazz, rock and roll. So my grandmother used to sing to me The Best by Tina Turner. So I loved that. Then I started figuring out who Motley Crue was. I started figuring out who the Rolling Stones were, and who Etta James, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, like all that kind of, I started kind of discovering on my own as I got older.
It's so funny that we have so similar in the influences that you just called out. It's just we could be so far. You're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, or we are,
Right.
and a lot of the people that you claim as those influences. It's funny. It's a small world, musically speaking. We all have a different kind of a DNA that informs who we are. And it's funny because it'll show up in little ways. Like you've shown me some tracks. We're not talking about too specific unless you want to talk about it. But you and I are collaborating on a number that's going to be diametrically opposed, right?
Yes.
You want to keep that one under the hat a little, or you want to describe the track that you're writing? You don't have to. You don't have to.
No, we'll say this because we already said, I'm such a fan of Los, and which is why we bonded so fast, and which is why our first conversation was like 6 hours, because we get each other. I've never
We finish each other's sentences.
literally, for real. There's very, 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 very few people who really get me musically, sonically, and who meet me at that crazy place. We don't know where it is. We don't know exactly what to call it. But who meet me there, for real, who meet me there, and they don't ask questions. They're just like, okay, bet, let's go.
Well, it's like an improvisation. One of my favorite rules in improv is you call it yes and.
Mm-hmm.
You never turn it down. You say something and I go yes and we add. We're simply adding. We're not detracting. We're simply adding on what you said. That's a great idea, but what if we did this? Yes and.
Right, exactly. And so, how I see music, I can tell how other people see music by how they respond. Like that yes and. Like I can tell how they respond. So, I always hear music. I don't hear things that necessarily like well, I do hear it when they go like kind of they align, but that's never really my first instinct. My first instinct is like, okay, yeah, I know that we are sitting in the house and it's raining outside, but how about let's just wreck the whole house and then burn it down? What does that sound like? And then just smile during that time. Just smile. Why it sounds chaotic,
Right?
But like there's a beauty that I see in things in sounds and just taking those chances, taking those choices. So the record that we're going to be working on, the bass of it is it's soulful and it's real chill. But I told him, I said, no. This is not what I want. And I told him what I wanted, and I didn't really have to like go too much into detail. He came back with it, and I was just like, this is why you are who you are. This is why we are what we are.
You hearing this? Yeah, I'm hearing this. You hear choppers? Yeah. What about ambulances? Yeah. Is the guitar going to do this or the bass? No, the bass is going to be doing this. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. Go crazy. No, I mean, how crazy? No, just, I mean, all crazy. Yeah.
Do you, like, and then come back to me and let me hear what you, like, that's my thing. Like we were talking about earlier, artists. This is what I did. How can you make it better, even better? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just do you. Be you. Don't hold back. Don't think, oh, well, I think this is what he wants. No, do you. I need your voice in this as well. You know, once again, going back to the voice, like why it's so important. Everybody's voice needs to be heard, and there has to be a clear, it has
mission.
To be clear.
Yeah, just a directive. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we probably need to play a little bit more music. What do you say? I was going to emote, but you already emoted well. I'll emote after. How about I play something uplifting, then you do you, and then I'll come back and I'll emote. We keep this little story arc going. How you guys feel about that? All right, so I'm going to play something a little bit more upbeat. I was going to emote, like I said, but we're going to have to make sure that we don't put everybody to sleep. So here we go. Yeah, we just cleanse the palate. That's what we. It's kind of like you go to the Italian food. You eating all sorts of food, and you got to get some sorbet or something to cleanse the palate. That way we can get back to the deep, but we never go dark. We just stay deep and we get real. Hey, my mom is really enjoying the show. She said to say hey to you. So she's commented a couple of times. I got to say, you know, Stelita Castro's in the house. She's enjoying your singing, and I hope my playing too.
Oh yes.
My poor parents.
You got me hyped. Like I'm so hyped.
So you got people in the house, huh?
Dude,
Anybody you want to shout out?
Everybody. Like I don't even know because I can't really see who's on because I don't want to mess it. You know, I don't want to mess stuff up. So I'm trying to.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you've Teresa Coyne just reminded me that she's the one that coined
Yep.
the wow amazing, and she said you are wow amazing a little while ago,
so
and I thought I have to say that. Sandra Blake and he's still in the house. We got Albert Horn is saying that you did great, and everybody's really enjoying it. Little shout out to our sister Stephanie Burl. She's in the house too. So there's a lot of people. Blanche Vaughn is here. Tiffany's here.
You talking about Steph?
Yeah.
Who was on last season?
Yeah. A couple
Steph.
months back. Steph's in the
my
house. Yeah.
goodness. Hey,
Yeah.
kid. Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
And I have to,
Yeah.
I have to say something to you, Caleb, about I know that we'll swim very well together musically. Just by how you were responding to Los's playing, I was like, we're so lockstep in what we're doing. It's weird, but it's natural. So I'm looking forward to the day when the three of us are in a room together making music.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
That's
If
gonna
y'all
be
feel a rumble, like if y'all feel
hey.
like it's not an earthquake, I promise you it's not an earthquake. Things are happening.
Things are happening. Speaking of things are happening, you want to make something happen again? You got another tune for us?
Listen,
Or you want to wait a little bit?
No, I got you. I got
Okay.
you. You got me at a level, and I'm ready to go there. Usually, I sing this live,
Okay.
and I do it. Oh man, I go there. So this is going to be fun doing this like this way.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you know me. Well, y'all know me like by now. Like, D, you know me. I'm going to flip it on his head. So y'all just vibe with me. I'm normally a viber, but I cut up a little bit. They
Okay.
know, some of them know in the art. I cut up a little bit, not
Yeah.
too often. But here we go. Let's do it.
Do it. In for a treat.
Shoo. 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 Here come old flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he run holy roller. He got hair down to his knees. Got to be a joker, he just do what it please. Nah, 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 shoo. Hey. Shoo. Shoo. Y'all feel me? Here we go. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now, hey, over me. Y'all rockin' with me? Here we go. He wear no shoe shine. He got walrus gumboot. He got on no cyber. He run spine no cracker. He got feet down below his knee. Hold you in his armchair. You can feel his disease. Come together. Woo! Right now, said over me. Oh, come together, get right now, over me. Yeah, come on. He roller coaster, got early warning. He got muddy water. He won mojo filter. He say 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be good looking 'cause it's so hard to see. Come together, woo, right now over me. Come together right now over me.
He be rocking out in the house, folks. How do we follow that? Man, yeah, okay, so I was feeling a little bit old, and because that's the truth. I mean, I'm old enough to be a dad, but I'm gonna give you a little 80s right back at you. That wasn't 80s, but you just reminded me of the 80s. So in the spirit of things, I'm gonna try to rock out without getting too rocky. Is that cool?
Man, just do you.
All right, let's do it. I've been thinking about the times you walked out on me. There were moments I believe you were there. Do I miss you, or am I lying to myself again? I do these things, it's all because of you. I keep holding on, but I'll try not to think of you. No, don't leave me lonely. I'll be alright without you. Someone else, I keep telling myself, oh, love's an empty face I can replace. You don't need people wondering why we broke apart. The great pretender, here I go again. These things I do, it's all because of you. I keep holding on, but I'll try not to think of you. All I wanted was to hold you. Be alright without you. There'll be someone else. I keep telling myself, oh, love's an empty face I've got to replace. I'll be alright without you. There'll be someone else. I keep telling myself, oh, love's an empty place. I can still see your face. Y'all feeling this? I see you all in the house. All right. Come on, Deborah. I know you're singing and dancing. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, yeah. I'll be alright. this grandpa showing up, trying to show up.
That's uncle. That's Theo
Uncle.
right there.
Okay, Uncle Theo.
That's
Yes,
cool, uncle.
Theo knows. Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah, you brought back some memories, even though it wasn't 80s exactly. But man, I love the way you rocked it, Caleb.
Man. Those moments are necessary. I used to do those all the time. I'm just
That's
like,
so cool. Did you catch everybody off guard when you do stuff like that? What do you think?
yeah, that's one thing that that I've been told a lot is they don't really know what I'm going to do next. They never know what I'm going to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is like one of the biggest compliments, because my favorites, I never know how they're going to perform. Even in like the most famous song, my favorites, they flip it. They always going to flip it. You're not going to get the same, each performance, you're not going to sing it the same. They're not going to sing it the same way. That's what I do. Like, they never really know. Even if it's a song I've done like 20 times, each time it's not going to be the same. Just because, you know, going back to the artist and having that voice, I can't say that I might repeat myself, but the tone is going to be different. The volume is going to be a little different. You know, you're not going to say the same thing the same way, you know, depending on how you feel.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So some people, they let the genre define them, and you're defying the genre.
Yeah.
Playing a little play on words, folks. Little play on words.
Exactly. You know.
That's awesome. Hey, real quick, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, if you guys are liking this show, which I really hope you guys are loving the show, please like and subscribe so you can get those bell notifications when we have another show, because Caleb will be back. So if you're really liking this, I hope you guys will join us for what we hope is only part of a trilogy, and hopefully, I don't know, we've got an open door policy here at Lounge of Sound, and you're one of our original foundits. You're always in the chat. Guys, I love the way his energy, you can feel it even when he's not in the room. So I hope you guys will be joining us from here on out, and we'll strike up a deal. I always say it, but I don't get tired of saying it. If you love us, tell everyone you love. And if you don't like us, well, then only tell the people that you don't like. And so I think we got a good deal there. And double your money back, right? So,
and speaking of that, I'll add to this. In our bio down below, we have a donations link. If you have the ability to do so, every bit helps this show get better. That's all we want to do, is make this show get better, provide artists with a proper way to deliver their art and to get rewarded for it and to be treated properly. So that's what we bring here at the Lounge of Sound. The Mutual Admiration Society encompasses every part of it. So thank you for your generosity, and we'll have more to come.
Absolutely. Try to keep in mind that these artists are, we're starving artists are hungry for a certain point, but we don't want them to be hungry. So the more you donate, we can start bringing in this kind of caliber of elevated artistry. We want everybody to have good quality entertainment on your Friday. It's been a rough week, right? But it doesn't have to stay rough. So hopefully you guys can relax and unwind with us with good people like Caleb. Is not just my bro. He's an incredible artist, and we want him back, but we definitely want to take care of him. So please, folks, remember that, and donate, like, and subscribe too. So going back to your point, how you're feeling in the moment, how you're emoting. When you and I had our series of chats before you came on here, we were talking about the male voice, and it's not just in singing, but you had some really interesting things to say about the male voice.
Yes. I guess growing up in the 90s, I guess it doesn't really matter the era, really. There's a stigma that's kind of unintentionally put on male singers. They have to sing a certain thing, they have to sing a certain way. And even as a younger, as a toddler, and just listening to the voices, a lot of things in the 90s I couldn't really listen to. Male singers, which is why I listen to a lot of the female singers, but a lot of them sang, it was just one-dimensional to me. They had the greatest voices and the tones and harmonies, but to me it was just one-sided. And I've always promised myself, when I sing, as a male, especially who sings soul music, who just sings, period, I want there to be more to say or to talk about than just love. Love is a beautiful thing, but there's experiences that us as men, we do go through it. We do go through different things. We do have emotion, contrary to some popular belief. And I've always strived to be that artist, to emote that and to use my voice to not only push certain boundaries, you don't want to cross too many boundaries, but to go there and talk about real topics and real emotion and real experiences. And if I do sing about love, to do it in a way that it really has to make you think, like, okay, what is he singing about? What is he talking about?
In the grand scheme of things, love can be many iterations.
Exactly.
Multifaceted, yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And that goes for women too, right? Like as a human, we have hyper masculine moments, we have hyper feminine moments, and we have everything else in between. And we are all part of the same family. We are all technically born as women until we get that chromosome that makes us a man, right? So we all have the same experience genetically, and so the culture we come from, especially in the United States, it's very toxic when it comes to how a man should be. And I applaud you for your transparency and vulnerability, and I really appreciate your outlook, because that's exactly it. I have 2 children of my own now who I'm trying to get rid of all of my own insecurities so I don't pass them on to them, because that's just how it works. Yeah, fears.
Right. The fears, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what we're talking about.
You have daughters, right?
I have a girl and a boy.
Girl and a boy.
Mhm.
I mean, either way, it's so important. It's so important because I love that you said that. I've been that child. You can ask my mom. I'm that child. Whatever they call it, generational curses, but whatever that is that may have been passed down, I don't want to do that. I want to, I want it to stop me. And so open communication and not being afraid to talk about those topics that are hard to talk about at times, and doing it with compassion, doing it with honesty, and doing it with intent. Because it's going to mean something later on in that child's life. They're developed so fast at an early age anyway. So whatever you're feeding into them, whatever vibe is in the house, whatever, they're going to soak that in, and they're going to carry that with them for who knows how long. So, yeah, I love that, D.
That's cool.
It's a blessing.
Yeah. Diana Reed said, real men do dishes. Thank you very much for saying that, because I do dishes. People call me, Caleb one time called me up. He goes, what you doing? I said, rock star stuff. And he was like, huh? And I was like, yeah, taking the trash out, doing the dishes. That's rock star stuff.
I remember that.
Because I used to come home and say, you ain't no rock star, take the trash out. I remember that kind of comments. Yeah. So, but I've been over to D's house, and D, he'll change diapers and clean the house and all that. It's like,
every
wonderful.
day, cook dinner. Like, I love the interactional pieces of life that are life, right? Like, I want my children to see me doing the dishes and cooking dinner. And,
defying expectations.
Bringing my wife a bottle, like a glass of wine. And like,
you almost said the brand. You almost said the brand. I got you. That's not wine. You're going to say something.
And
you almost said whiskey.
Because like you said, they're soaking in the entire vibe of this house. And they're learning from us. So we have like stools that my daughter stands up and watches us cook. And I explain what we're doing, what we're putting in, how much, right? So she's taking in the whole process. And she's like, oh, so we got her little kitchen. She's cooking. She brings us over fake food all the time. Like, here, Daddy. I'm like, what is this? She's like, it's raspberry pudding. I'm like, oh, well, thank you.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, I was that dad that was, riding the horses and being on the floor at the toy store with my girls when they were babies. So I get it, man. We got to do what we got to do, and not stigmatized. Is that the word? Not be stigmatized.
Yeah.
Or astigmatized. I don't know. Astigmatism is that, right? You can't see the peripheral vision, so it's very similar, So
Algini,
Hey, man.
you are making me laugh. I love your
Imagine
comments.
10 brothers changing diapers. Algenia's always saying things like that. Oh, they cook, friends. Here she comes in. All caps, Algenia. Algenia, all caps, blocker. We got your own name, all right, sis?
Love it.
And I like how Shirley says open communication is a treasure. Thank you so much for saying that, Shirley. For sure. It definitely is. And that's what we're all about is communication. And that's why this is going to have to be a three-parter because we're barely touching on the conversations that you and I had. Do you have an example or a song that you feel that kind of cements that comment that you said about that, men are expected to say or sing or be or act a certain way. And, I think you were showing me a song that people would be really surprised to hear you cover.
Yeah. I have two, and the one you're talking about, I'm leaning towards because, we're going with the feeling. We're going with the feeling, guys. So
Right. Because really, I think you and I were saying that this is about empathy,
yeah.
right? That's the communication is empathy is being able to put yourself in saying, instead of saying, I can't imagine this experience, I can imagine,
People who know me know I love this artist. I mentioned this artist, but it's a twist, of course. So
Always.
yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
We will. We will.
There is a woman in Somalia scraping for pearls by the roadside. There is a force stronger than nature, keeps her will alive. That is how she lives her life. She is dying to survive. I don't know what she is made of. I would like to be that brave. She cries to the heavens above. There is a stone in my heart. She lives a life she can choose, and it hurts like brand new shoes. Yes, it hurts like brand new shoes, and it hurts like brand new shoes. There is a woman in Rwanda. The sun shows her no mercy. The same sky wheeling under burns her to the bone, long as afternoon shadows. It's gonna take her to get home. Each grain carefully wrapped up, pearls for her little girl. She cries to the heavens above. Oh, there is a stone in my heart. She lives a life she chooses, and it hurts like brand new shoes. Yes, it hurts like, yes, it does. Brand new shoes, and it hurts like brand new shoes. There is a woman in Somalia. There is a woman in Rwanda. There is a woman in Sudan. There is a woman in the Congo, and she hurts like, and and she hurts like brand new shoes.
Incredible, bro. Incredible. I liked that when before the start of the show, there were some notes that producer D-Set gave you into empathizing with her experience. Man, what an amazing song. What an amazing reading, and what a quality of tone and timbre that you had. That's the equivalent of the premise of the tone coming from the touch from a hand, and it touched. It really did, if I can borrow some metaphors there. So you and we had a conversation, and when you showed me this song, I was like, man, I better do something that will honor that. And my girl showed me a track from Brazil that all week long I was trying to translate in a way that would rhyme. And I'm going to try to, I don't think I can approximate what you did, but this is called Bijou Teddy. This is a story of what is reality. Sometimes we think, and what you and I are going to do right now is we're co-opting somebody else's experience. This is a woman in Somalia, and right now I'm going to co-opt, imagine a letter being written by somebody who's brokenhearted, that thought that they had something very real and authentic in love, and then one day realized that it was like costume jewelry, that it wasn't the real thing. So I'm going to try to convey that feeling. I'm going to try to sing as quiet and as personal as I can, not use my regular voice. So bear with me. This is called Bijou Teddy. I hope you guys like this. Cuando noche cae, es que yo siento falta que tú estés aquí. Tristeza que no pasa y no me deja en fin. La sombra del amor que ya brilló de más. Fuiste para mí la cosa más bonita que me aconteció. No puedo imaginar los sueños que me dio y cuánta desconfianza que dejó tu adiós. Y yo te amé sin trucos ni maldades, hice mi papel. No quise merecer lo que no se me dio. Si no crees más, yo fui fiel. Y yo te amé, mas hoy yo puedo ver que fue mejor así. Preciso olvidar para pensar en mí. La vida continúa. Y en el brillo de una piedra falsa le di amor a quien no merecía. Yo pensé que era joya cara, era billutería. Las mentiras, las palabras dulces, vi calor en tu mirar tan frío. La belleza de tu rostro esconde un corazón vacío. hice mi papel. Yo quise merecer lo que no se me dio. Yo sé que no me crees, mas yo fui fiel, fui fiel. Y yo te amé, mas hoy yo puedo ver que fue mejor así. Preciso olvidar para pensar en mí. La vida continúa. Y en el brillo de una piedra falsa le di amor a quien no merecía. Yo pensé que era joya cara, era billutería. Las mentiras, las palabras dulces, mi calor en tu mirar tan frío, la belleza de tu rostro esconde un corazón vacío. We're gonna have to clean the palate after that.
Rose, I want to know, what is your favorite lyric in that song? Say it in Spanish and then say it in English.
In Spanish and then English. Actually, y yo también, and I loved you. I think that was my favorite line. Even though there's a lot of great lines in this, he turns around. You know, he turns around and it's a declaration. He's writing a letter, and then the second time he reads it out loud, and then he realizes that he thought that there was a rare stone, and then finds out that it was all costume jewelry. And so, but to me, and I loved you, that, I mean, I just got chills just saying that. And I loved you. That's like, it hammers the whole point home, right? That, you know, people say, you know, 50-50. No, why don't you try giving as much as you can? Try to give 100 if you can. Everybody give 100 if you can. Not give 50. Don't give 50 and then you give 50, right? If that's all, if 60% is all you got, give 60%.
And that passes through every part of our life, right? That is not just relationships. That is everything we do. Give as much as you can in the moment you have.
Yeah, I also feel like it's so important to do that with yourself as well. Giving that to yourself, it's so important. People who know me know I'm a huge advocate in self-worth, self-love. And that's important with finding your voice and then using it with intent. When you learn yourself, you are learning yourself. You're actually putting that work to learn yourself and face those hard decisions that you have to make, break those habits that was hard to break, that are hard to break, and, you know, finding that love within yourself is so important. And really facing those things.
That's wonderful. Yeah, because it's somebody, I like how they said, you're pouring of yourself, right? If it was juice, you're pouring that, or water. It's either refreshing or you're dried out. You know, it's like, how much are you? But you have to be complete, right? I think you and I were talking about this. Two broken hearts don't equal a whole heart. So whatever relationship you have, you want to be as complete. If you love yourself, you're going to love somebody else even more so.
And that's the other side of it, is you cannot love more with somebody else than you love with yourself. If you do not put it in, you can't put it out.
Priming the pump. You got to prime the pump.
You have to have it in the savings to put in the checking and then cash the check.
But for real though, what you're saying.
For real.
I have
you got something?
Yes, I have something. The song, I told you about it. The song, it really hit me in such a way, and it's so short, but it packs a punch. One of my favorite singers, favorite artists, she said that that the song is seeing the loss of worthiness, but exposing it and saying, okay, how do I see myself as worthy? And she said it came to her one day, and she she's like, hey, what happens when you rust, rot, and you sit on the shelf? Will you be loved then? Who am I now? She said, then you let go, and then how do you go on? How do you go on knowing you are this sculpted thing that once was beautiful that is now worthless to those, and how do you find your worth within that place?
Whoa.
Yeah, so the song is called The Potter, and yeah,
Oh, looking forward to this. I should have brought a sweater. I'm getting chills.
Okay, here we go.
And I don't get cold. See how hairy I am?
Can you love me now? And are you proud? Can you love me now? Can you love me now? In the potter's house. Can you love me now? In the potter's house. Can you love me now? Days that rush to my frame. I'm not what I was, I'm not the same. I've got cracks and chips that won't fade. Gonna make you feel anyway. I don't shine like I used to, babe. Are you proud? Who gon' love me now? Are you proud? Yeah. Who gon' hold me now? In the potter's house, yeah. Can you love me now? In the potter's house, can you love me now? In the potter's house, can you love me now? Can you love me now? Can you love me now? Can you love me?
Wow.
Yeah. So simple. But singing that to yourself, when you've been there, when you've been there, you don't know. You just in that place. You're like, I don't know. You know, those words mean so much more, and it hits in such a different way. Yeah.
The instrumentals for that were incredible, because that alone took you on the same story that you're singing, because that's what's going on in your mind when you're battling that tension of loving yourself and battling with the feelings you have about yourself. And the way you navigated through the chaos that was that track, it was beautiful. It was so well done. That was very impressive.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna make sure that we are all on a high note, and then we're cutting back, and I want you to do another track, okay? Gotcha. We get deep, but we don't go dark here, folks. So we're gonna cleanse the palate again.
It's the groove.
It's like an espresso shot, right? Like you talked about cleansing the palate. You smell those beans, you have that coffee, and you're back to it.
Back to it. Let's get real.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Caleb, bring it on, man. We're enjoying this this dose of. It's like we're communicating in between generations. Let's be real.
100%.
Yeah,
we have 3 here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then whoever else is in the the foundits,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Dwight Bernard just showed up, and that's another generation right there too that I look up to, and that's my big brother Dwight Bernard. So yes, we're opening dialogue, and that is why we started this series between Caleb and ourselves. It's opening dialogue. What is the voice? It is the gift.
Yes,
It is expression. It is impression. It is moving with intent. And so hopefully you guys all continue coming back so that you can hear this series. We don't know exactly when Caleb is going to be back because we are collaborating. So be looking out for that too. We really look forward to hearing him sing, emote, express, communicate. And if you're just catching up to us a little late, that's okay because we will be back. So, Caleb, did you have another song that you wanted to show us?
I do. This song here, I have to. It has an intro, and it is intentional. This intro, you know me, I'm
Expressing your intent.
a little extra with my intent, but I love a good guitar solo. And I feel like this song here really shows my view of how I view love as a 28, almost 29-year-old man, and what it means to me to really love somebody or to be loved. I have a little spoken word part in here that I'm going to let play, and then we'll get into it. But it's a real deep cut by Maxwell. And of course, I put my flip to it. And I really hope you guys vibe with it.
Love is a force more familiar than any other. It is invisible. It cannot be seen or measured. Yet it is more powerful enough to transform in a moment and offer you more joy than any material possession could. Love is a give and take, a push, a pull, a push, a pull. Albert Einstein wrote, "You can't blame gravity for falling in love." Y'all vibing with me? All of my days and all of my nights and every hour is devoured as the dawn and strokes this morning. I'll be wanting, I'll be pushing to closer to you, dear. I am wanting. As the moments drip like water. I'll be patient for my slaughter as the dawning slays the evening. I'll be waiting, I'll be pushing. Oh, closer to you, dear. Yeah. I'll be wanted. Oh. And though you call us, and though you know, and though you can, and though you take, you still ignore me watching every move, babe. You move, babe. And though you know, and though you take, and though you are, nor my atmosphere on you, babe, on you, babe. All of my nights, yeah, yeah. Ooh. I'll be wanting, push for, I'll be wanting. Hey, yeah. Oh, pushing me like gravity, pulling me like gravity. I feel some, y'all. You're ruling the way that I move. I breathe your air. You only can rescue me. This is my prayer. If you were mine, if you were mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Sing it with me. I cherish the day. I won't go astray. I won't be afraid. No, no, won't get you running. Ruling the way that I move. I cherish the day. I'll be wanting. Yeah.
So we were talking about intent. That was wonderful. I'm going to try to close out the show with intent, the will to intent. So this is a promise to somebody. It's like what you do. And the last final line is 1 John 4:18. It's either fear or love. This is love. And we're going to hammer your point home, my brother, because I enjoy every bit of this conversation we have. He will be back, folks. be tuning in, foundits. This is only the beginning of a series, so I'm going to try to hammer his point home, moving with intent. Don't forget, this was themed, the voice, the gift. What a gift Caleb was to come here and visit us. So I'm going to finish the show off with a song called Usted. Usted es la culpable de todas mis angustias y de todos mis quebrantos. Usted llenó mi vida de dulces inquietudes y amargos desencantos. Su amor es como un grito que llevo aquí en mi alma y aquí en mi corazón. Y soy, aunque no quiera, esclavo de sus ojos, juguete de su amor. Juega con mis penas y con mis sentimientos, que es lo único que tengo. Usted es mi esperanza, mi última esperanza. Comprendo de una vez. Usted me desespera, me mata, me enloquece, y hasta la vida diera por vencer el miedo de besarla a usted. Don't forget to love each other and hold each other and stay positive, folks. Night's not over. Su amor es como un grito que llevo aquí en mi alma y aquí en mi corazón. Y soy, aunque no quiera, esclavo de sus ojos, juguete de su amor. No juegue con mis penas ni con mis sentimientos, que es lo único que tengo. Usted es mi esperanza, mi última esperanza. Comprenda de una vez. Usted me desespera, me mata, me enloquece, y hasta la vida diera por vencer el miedo de besarla a usted. Usted me desespera, me mata, me enloquece, y hasta la vida diera por vencer el miedo de besarla a usted. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a good night. See you next week.